Hello friends, welcome to today's GCC class, and in this class we will see the Hadoop distributed file system, that is HDFS part 1, and this is another important question from 4th unit programming model. In this class we will discuss about the architecture of HDFS, name node, data node, secondary name node, checkpoint node and backup nodes. First, let us discuss something about the Hadoop library from Apache. That is, Apache is actually invented this Hadoop, and the Hadoop is open source implementation of MapReduce codes and released by Apache using Java language. And Hadoop implementation of MapReduce uses HDFS, that is Hadoop Distributed File System. Here, Hadoop core is divided into two fundamental layers. First layer is MapReduce layer and second layer is HDFS layer. First, let us see the MapReduce engine. It is the computation engine running on top of HDFS as its data storage manager. And second one is HDFS, which is a distributed file system inspired by GFS, that is Google File System. Google File System that organizes files and stores their data on the distributed computing system. Next one is HDFS architecture. HDFS has a master-slave architecture which containing a single name node as master and number of data nodes as workers, that is slaves. So it is having one single master node and more number of data nodes. Data node 1, data node 2, data node 3, and all these are controlled by this master node. To store file in this architecture, HDFS splits the file into fixed size block. For example, 64 MB per block. Block size may be the 64 MB and stores them on data node, that is workers node or slave nodes. The mapping of blocks to data node is determined by the name node only, because this is the master and this is going to map which block will be stored into which data node. And the name node also manages the file system's metadata as well as the namespaces. And now let us see what is metadata and namespaces and how these two things will be maintained by name node as well as the data node. Okay. So namespace is the area maintaining the metadata, and metadata refers to all the information stored by the file system and that is needed for overall management of all files. That is, the metadata containing the information about all the files will be stored in this name node, and the place where the data, that is metadata, is stored called as namespaces. And for example, a name node in the metadata stores all information regarding the location of input splits or blocks. The very huge file will be divided into number of blocks and those blocks will be stored in data node. So each data node, usually one per node in a cluster, that manages the storage attached to the particular node, and each data node is responsible for storing and retrieving its files, that is file blocks. And this is the architecture of HDFS. Here we are having one single name node and more number of data nodes. And in this diagram we are having 5 different data nodes. Data node 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And here first 3 data nodes will be stored in rack 1 and remaining data nodes will be stored in rack 2. Here we are having more number of blocks, block 1, block 2, so more number of blocks will be there, and these blocks are otherwise called as the input split. The size of blocks is 64 MB and the client is going to read and write those blocks with the help of name node, and the information, that is the metadata, is actually stored in this name node. As we have already seen, the HDFS follows the master-slave architecture. Here each cluster comprises a single master node and more number of slave nodes. That is, master node is called as name node, and slave nodes are called as data nodes. data nodes. And internally, the files get divided into one or more blocks, and each block is stored on different slave machines depending on the replication factor. Here the master node, that is name node, that stores and manages the file system namespaces, information about blocks, that is blocks of files like block location, permission, etc. And the slave node, which is called as data node, that will stores the data blocks of files. And here let us discuss different nodes in Hadoop file system architecture. Apart from this name node and data node, we are additionally having secondary name node, checkpoint node and backup node. Let us discuss all these nodes in detail the following session.
The first and most important node is name node, which is otherwise called as primary node. The name node is the center point of HDFS and it maintains and manages the file system namespaces and provide write access permissions to the clients. And name node stores the information about block locations, permissions and etc. on local disk in the form of two files. The first file is file system image and second one is edit log file. File system image which contains the complete namespace of Hadoop file system since the name node creation. And second one is edit log. It contains all the recent changes performed to the file system namespaces to the most recent FS image file.
The functions of name node. Here the name node executes the file system namespace operations like opening, renaming, closing the files and directories. And the name node manages and maintains all data nodes. It determines the mapping of blocks of the files to the data nodes. And name node records each changes made to the file system namespaces. It keeps the location of each blocks of a particular file, and name node takes care of the replication factor of all blocks. Name node receives heartbeat and block report from all data nodes that ensures the data node is alive. So to check whether the data node is alive or not by using this heartbeat. And if the data node fails, the name node chooses new data node for new replications. And next one is HDFS data node. Data node are the slave nodes in HDFS, and data nodes are expensive commodity hardware. They stores block of files. And now the functions of data node. The first one is data node is responsible for serving the client, that is read and write operations. And based on the instructions from name node, data node performs block creation, replication and deletion. And data node sends heartbeat to name node to report the health of HDFS. And data node also sends block reports to name node to report the list of blocks it contains. Next one is secondary name node. That is, apart from primary name node and data node, we are having secondary name node, and it works as a helper node to the primary name node. But it does not replace the primary name node. It is going to simply help the name node, primary name node. The problem in single name node are the importance of secondary name node. When name node starts, the name node merges this FS image file as well as the edit log file to restore the current file system namespaces. Since the name node runs continuously for a long time without any restart, the size of edit log files will become too large. This will result a long restart time for a name node. Hence, the secondary name node is very important here to reduce this restart time.
And next we will see how the secondary name node will work along with the primary name node. The secondary name node first downloads the FS image file and edit log files from the primary name node. This is our primary name node and this is our secondary name node. Secondary name node. Okay. The secondary name node first downloads the FS image file and edit log files from the primary name node, and it periodically updates the edit logs to the FS image file and refreshes the edit log files, right? And it update FS image file and sent that updated file to the primary name node. So it will again send back to the FS image to the primary name node, so that the primary name node does not have to reapply the edit log records during its restart time, right? So it keeps the edit log file as small as possible and it reduces the name node restart time. If the edit log size is very big, then it requires more time to restart the primary name node. To overcome that particular drawback, we are using the secondary name node, okay? And if primary name node fails, that is, if there is a failure in primary name node, the last saved FS image on the secondary name node can be used to recover the file system metadata. Okay, we can use the FS image file which is already saved in the secondary name node, that will be used to recover all the file system metadata. So the secondary name node performs the regular checkpoints in HDFS, that is Hadoop distributed file system. So these are the another very important advantage of using the secondary name node. In this diagram we are having two nodes, first one is name node and second one is secondary name node. The secondary name node will request the FS image and edit files from the primary name node file. If there is any changes here, the edit log files will be updated in the primary name node, and the secondary name node periodically requests the edit log file from this primary name node file, and it will updated the edit log file with the FS image file, and it always maintain the new form of FS image file, and this new FS image file will be updated in the primary name node file periodically. And next one is checkpoint node. The checkpoint node is a node which is also available in HDFS that periodically creates checkpoints of namespaces. And the checkpoint node in Hadoop first download the FS image and edits from active name node. So all the updated version of FS image and edit files are available in primary name node, and then it merges these two files, which are the files FS image file and edit log files, locally, and it updates the new image block to the active name node. It stores the latest checkpoints in the directory and that has the same structure of the name node's directory, and this permits checkpointed image to be always available for reading by the name node if necessary. So these are the importance of checkpoint node. The next one is backup node. In Hadoop, the backup node keeps an in-memory up-to-date copy of file system namespaces, and it always synchronized with the active name node state, that is the primary name node state, and it has an up-to-date state of the namespace in memory, that is the local memory. That means the backup node checkpoint processes is more efficient as it only needs to save the namespace into the local FS image file and resets the edits, that is the edits log file, and the primary name node supports only one backup node at a time. And next one is HDFS features, and this may be a 2 more questions for your university examination. The features are performance, high scalability, concurrency control, fault tolerance and security requirements, and it only executes specific type of applications, and HDFS will not suitable for all type of applications. The two important characteristics of HDFS are HDFS fault tolerance and HDFS high throughput access to large data sets or large files. In part 2, we will see in detail about the HDFS fault tolerance, high throughput access to large data sets. Apart from this, we will see the HDFS operations, architecture of MapReduce in Hadoop, and running a job in Hadoop. So these are the topics we will see in part 2 of HDFS. Thank you.